The assistant manager spotted smoke and called 911, and within minutes, flames were pouring from the roof of this triplex on Joe Louis Street. Osella Smith and her daughter were in apartment 147 when they heard the sound of the fire alarm and then glass breaking.
I thank the Lord for my help. I'm him. I wasn't caught up in there, and my daughter and my grandbaby, because he could have had them through the night, and we could have got trapped upstairs.
Firefighters arrived just a few minutes before 1 Tuesday afternoon. At last word, they were still trying to figure out where the fire started and why. Cher Lovett lives in apartment 146 and drove up right behind the fire trucks only to discover it was her home in flames. She and her 3 children just moved here in January after being homeless, and now they've lost everything again. Curtis Brown was killed and 5 others injured early Sunday morning as gunfire erupted outside the Circle K on Lake Bradford Road. Deputies now say there were at least 4 people firing shots. The sheriff calls it a gang confrontation between West Side and North Side, and its magnitude, he says, is unprecedented in Tallahassee.
People that were just absolutely bam, 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 like that, no particular target in mind, just everybody else shooting, so we're shooting too.
I think one of those guys intentionally shot my son.
Friends and family gathered at Brown's mother's home on Spring Hill Road Monday. She's not convinced her son wasn't targeted and hopes that some of the estimated 150 people at Circle K that night will come forward and help find the man or men who pulled the trigger.
I would tell them to turn themselves in because sooner or later they're going to get caught.
Deputies stand with guns drawn outside Building M. Inside, a man wanted for violating his probation and stealing an FSU police officer's gun. 20-year-old Erskine Calloway refused to come out.
Because of the possibility that he was armed and that there was somebody else in the house with them, that we didn't know what their situation was, we did activate elements of our SWAT team.
Calloway was holed up in his girlfriend's apartment. She was inside too. 11 a.m. quickly became noon, and more SWAT team members blanketed the apartment. Snipers ready at the door and at the windows. Negotiators tried to talk him out, but it was a call from his girlfriend's grandmother that ultimately convinced Calloway to come out with his hands up.
I told him he might as well give himself up because if not, they was going to come in and he just was making matters worse to not give himself up. And it would be easy on him if he just give himself up and go ahead on and do what he got to do and get it behind him.
Residents watched it all unfold as Calloway was handcuffed and walked to a waiting patrol car. His girlfriend, okay, and despite all the firepower, no shots fired.
It's a familiar sound around the town of Carabel as multiple construction projects are underway. Thanks to several government grants, these boaters will soon have another place to dock. Most of these docks behind us are privately owned, but the general public will soon too have access to these waters as a marina is in the works.
Because one of the main parts of our program is to revitalize our waterfront, to make it more like it used to be in the old days when it was real busy and real full of life.
But that's not all. Restoring of the Crooked Lighthouse will be complete next month and a park on the ground soon after. And then there's the Greenstill Housing Plan, opening at the end of the month, bringing more than 300 jobs to town.
Jobs are a bit scarce in Franklin County, and with this factory going in, we can give everybody that wants to work a job.
That one metal building construction site might actually be about one of the only things that will actually help the community a little bit.
People won't come here to live without a place to work, so it's very exciting, very exciting.
And city officials are hoping with new projects on the horizon, more people will call Carabel home. Sashmi Robertson, WCTV Eyewitness News, Franklin County.